we are in what I call the best of times and the worst of times with respect to media representations of female athletes.
Easy to equate athleticism, strength, physical power with men.
Sport is not just a trivial activity for fun. It has real deep cultural meaning in this society. And I think that to challenge that meaning in terms of what it means to be a man in this culture by inviting women in and acknowledging that women are also athletic and muscular and strong is a real challenge to that cultural norm that we live in.
I am Cappy Pondexter.
Diane Taurasi.
Sherry Nelson.
I'm Peekaboo Street.
And I got something to say.
Female athletes have to overcome the bias that their game isn't as good as the men's game.
Are boys bigger, stronger, faster? Yes. Is that all that has to do with being an athlete? No.
The halfpipe doesn't care that I'm a girl.
I want to pitch for the Boston Red Sox.
And when I look in the mirror, I see an athlete.
I am a runner.
A snowboarder.
Ball player.
Triathlete.
Softball player.
I am an athlete.
And I'm proud of that athlete.
It's not a girl thing. It's not a boy thing. It's a skills thing.
I think it's pretty clear that if you're a female athlete and you want corporate sponsorship, you'd better project a wholesome image.
Best to think about women as weak, as supportive for men, purely as sexual objects.
Who's controlling the images that we see in the media? And I think particularly if you look at sports media, by and large, the decisions about what images are portrayed, what images are used, who gets coverage are still made by men.
Of women in sport, that was unheard of 30 years ago, and at the same time there's been an increasing backlash about their success and their presence.
I'm an athlete. I may be a great athlete, but don't worry, I'm still a normal woman.
Turn the camera on and let us see what it looks like when women participate in sports, and what we'll see is that they are terrific athletes who are enormously gifted and enormously committed to something that many people in this country love, and that's sport. Women are significantly underrepresented with respect to amount of coverage.
If you just watch the sports news, and if you just watch ESPN, and if you just picked up Sports Illustrated magazine for your main print source of information about what's going on in the sports world, it would be easy to continue to conclude that there's no women's sports happening. Over the course of a decade that we were doing research on the coverage of women's and men's sports, our dominant finding was how much the coverage of women's sports had not changed.
Women athletes are significantly more likely than male athletes to be portrayed off the court, out of uniform, and in these hyper-feminized. The thing that we infrequently see is images of women athletes as athletes.